All right, let's dive into Khmer New Year. We'll be using Wikipedia articles on Cambodian New Year and a little bit about Cambodia to figure out what makes this celebration so special.
It's fascinating how Khmer New Year, or Choul Chnam Thmey in Khmer, it's like a window into Cambodian culture. Their beliefs, their values, how they live.
I'm ready to learn. When does this happen?
Usually around April 13th or 14th, just as the harvest season ends.
So right before the rainy season.
Exactly. Imagine working hard for months and then this feeling of relief, gratitude, perfect timing for a celebration, right?
Definitely. But here's something interesting. Other parts of Southeast Asia are celebrating New Year around the same time.
Yeah. Not just Cambodia. Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, even parts of South Asia like India and Sri Lanka. They all use the solar calendar for their New Year, and often it lines up with the end of harvest.
Wow, that can't just be a coincidence.
Right. Makes you think about the history. Could they be connected somehow, like through shared roots, ancient trade, or something completely different?
Maybe if we look closer at each celebration, we'll find some hidden links.
I think so.
But first, let's focus on Khmer New Year. 3 days of festivities, each with its own vibe.
Exactly. Each day has a special meaning. They all come together like threads in a tapestry. The first day is called Moha Sankrant. It sets the tone for new beginnings.
Moha Sankrant, what a cool name. Is there a story there?
Oh yeah, it comes from Sanskrit. That's the ancient language that's influenced so much of Southeast Asian culture. Sankranti means a transition, a movement. Moha Sankrant basically translates to Great Sankranti.
Wow, so it really highlights the importance of this first day.
Exactly.
Okay, so Great Sankranti. What do people actually do on this day?
Well, picture this. People dressed up, looking their best. The air smells like incense and candles.
Sounds nice.
It's a day for cleansing, like a fresh start for body and soul.
Cleansing. Tell me more about that.
So there's this beautiful ritual with holy water.
Yep.
People wash their faces with it in the morning, their chests at noon, and their feet in the evening.
3 times a day.
Each time has its own meaning, but it's all about inviting good luck into the new year.
It's amazing how simple acts, like washing, become so meaningful during these celebrations. It's all about starting fresh, leaving the old year behind.
Exactly. I think it's something we all want, right? To shed the old, embrace the new, start fresh, full of hope.
Definitely. It's like hitting the reset button on life.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered Moha Sankrant, the first day. What about day 2?
The second day is Varik Vanabat. It shifts the focus from personal renewal to something bigger, generosity and compassion.
That sounds beautiful. How does that spirit of giving show up during the celebration?
Well, during Varik Vanabat, people really make an effort to help those in need. It could be the poor, the homeless, anyone facing hardship. It's a reminder to look beyond ourselves.
It's like a reminder built into the celebration to give back and support each other.
Yeah, you got it. It's recognizing that true joy comes from sharing our good fortune. And alongside the charity, families also use this day to remember their ancestors.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
New beginnings are often connected to honoring the past, remembering those who came before.
Exactly. It connects the celebration to their heritage, paying respect to those who shaped their lives. Families go to monasteries, take part in ceremonies, offer food and prayers.
It's about looking back and looking forward, honoring the past, embracing the future. Now we're on the third and final day of Khmer New Year, Varik Longsak.
Yes. And this day is all about symbolic cleansing and well-wishing.
Interesting. What kind of cleansing are we talking about this time?
One of the most striking rituals is washing Buddha statues with perfumed water. It's a beautiful act of purification, symbolizing the washing away of any negativity or past transgressions. It's like a spiritual spring cleaning.
Spiritual spring cleaning. That's a great way to put it, especially after all the feasting and celebrating. It's like hitting the reset button on your inner self.
Exactly. And it's not just about the statues. It's about purifying your own heart and mind, getting ready for a fresh start. But here's where it gets interesting. This cleansing extends to another group, the elders.
Oh, right. I read about that. Remind me how that tradition works.
On Varik Longsak, children wash their parents and grandparents with perfumed water. It's a really meaningful gesture.
It definitely ties into that theme of respect for elders we've seen throughout the whole celebration.
It does. It's a beautiful way to show gratitude, seek blessings, and acknowledge the wisdom and guidance elders offer. And it's not just one-sided. In return, elders give blessings and advice to the younger generation.
It's like a beautiful exchange, honoring the past while looking to the future. But let's be real. No New Year celebration is complete without some fun and games.
You know it. Khmer New Year is no different. It's time for laughter, playfulness, and a little healthy competition, and you'll find some truly unique customs and games woven into this celebration.
Okay, I'm all ears. What stands out to you? What are some of these traditions?
Well, there's one custom that always makes me smile. Shreng Priya. Imagine this. You gently sprinkle water, sometimes liquid plaster, on elders. It's a symbol of good wishes and blessings.
Wait, liquid plaster. That sounds a little messy. What's the meaning behind it?
It's more of a light sprinkle than a full plastering. The mixture is usually water and chalk powder, just a symbolic paste. And it's all in good fun. A playful way to shower elders with good fortune for the year ahead.
So it's like a playful blessing. Wishing them health and happiness? I can see how that adds a lighthearted touch to the celebration.
Exactly. It really captures that blend of reverence and playfulness that defines Khmer New Year.
Speaking of playfulness, I can't forget about the food. I'm always curious about different cultures' food traditions. What special treats does Khmer New Year have to offer?
Oh, you're in for a treat. Get ready for kralin. It's a delicious cake made with steamed rice, beans or peas, grated coconut, and coconut milk.
That already sounds amazing. What makes kralin really special?
It's all about the cooking method. It's cooked inside a bamboo stick.
Yeah.
Just imagine the aroma of the bamboo infusing the cake as it steams. It gives it this subtle, smoky flavor.
Wow, that's so cool. It's like a culinary adventure.
It is.
But the fun doesn't stop with the food, right? What about those traditional games we talked about?
Oh, get ready for some serious fun. Khmer New Year is full of traditional games. They're not just for entertainment. They often have deep cultural meanings, reflecting Cambodian values and history.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Give me some examples. What kind of games?
One that really captures the spirit of the celebration is Choul Chnam. Imagine two lines of people, usually boys and girls. They face each other, tossing this woven object called a chung back and forth, and if someone gets hit, their whole team has to dance to get it back while the other team sings.
So like a high-stakes game of catch with a musical twist. I love it.
It's a blast, and it really embodies the energy and joy of Khmer New Year. But there's another game I have to tell you about, Chap Con Clang.
What's special about this one?
Picture this. Adults mimicking each other. One person acts like a hen protecting her chicks from a crow. It involves strategy, skill, and of course, lots of laughter.
Wait, someone actually pretends to be a hen. That's hilarious. It sounds like so much fun. And it's amazing how these games bring people together, young and old, creating this sense of community and shared joy.
You got it. These games aren't about winning or losing. They're about strengthening bonds, passing on traditions, reminding everyone of the importance of play and laughter.
I'm noticing a theme here, whether it's rituals, food, or games. Khmer New Year seems to be about balancing tradition and joy.
Exactly. It's a celebration that nourishes both the soul and the spirit. And this balance is beautifully reflected in one of the most spectacular modern events during Khmer New Year, Angkor Sankrant.
Angkor Sankrant. Tell me more about it.
Imagine the ancient temples of Angkor Wat as the backdrop for this huge celebration of Cambodian culture, music, dance performances, traditional games, and mountains of food. It's a feast for the senses.
Wow, that sounds incredible. It's amazing how these ancient traditions are being celebrated on such a grand scale, attracting locals and tourists from all over the world.
It shows how powerful these traditions are. Khmer New Year isn't just a thing of the past. It's a living celebration. It continues to evolve and captivate people.
It's a great reminder that traditions are meant to be shared and celebrated. Speaking of which, I keep thinking about how Khmer New Year happens at the same time as other Southeast Asian New Year celebrations. Is there a deeper connection there?
Yeah, it's fascinating. We've been looking at all the unique things about Khmer New Year, but similar celebrations are happening all over Southeast Asia at the same time. It really makes you wonder if there's something connecting them all, like a shared cultural thread.
Definitely something to think about. Look at the timing, often linked to the solar calendar and the end of harvest. The shared themes, renewal, cleansing, honoring ancestors. Even some specific traditions are similar, like the water pouring rituals.
It's true. Each celebration has its own cultural flavor, but they're like variations on a theme. It's that human experience of marking time, connecting with our roots, and welcoming new beginnings.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It opens up a whole new area to explore. How did these celebrations change over time? What historical events or cultural exchanges influenced them? Like a big puzzle, and each celebration holds a piece of the answer. But even without knowing all the history, these shared traditions show something deeper. A human need to celebrate life, to find joy in the seasons changing, to connect to something bigger than ourselves.
I couldn't agree more. It reminds us that even though cultures might seem very different on the surface, There's often a shared human experience that connects us, and these New Year celebrations are a great example of that.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Khmer New Year, I'm feeling awestruck and inspired. It's been a real journey filled with vibrant colors, ancient rituals, fun traditions, and such rich culture.
It really has. We explored the 3 days of celebration, the rituals, the customs, the food, all showing us the Cambodian spirit.
Yeah.
And we even got a glimpse of those connections to other Southeast Asian New Year celebrations, a reminder that cultures are interconnected.
I think the biggest takeaway for me is this beautiful balance that Khmer New Year embodies. Tradition and modernity, religious devotion, and joyful celebration, honoring the past and embracing the future.
That's a great point. As we leave you with this final thought, think about this. How do the specific traditions of Khmer New Year and other New Year celebrations around the world reflect those universal human values of hope, renewal, and community? Something to think about as you explore the diverse tapestry of world cultures.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Khmer New Year. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep celebrating the richness of human culture.